McNaughton was found guilty and sentenced to the gallows, and he was buried in Strabane graveyard.
For more than 2 centuries, the ghost of John McNaughton is said to have haunted Prehen House. But if the murder he committed, the gallows he hung from, and the grave where his body lies are miles away, why would McNaughton's spirit linger at the house? Perhaps, as Marion believes, things are not as they seem. If there is a ghost to be found, the Paranormal Study and Investigation team will use their technology to detect its presence. The only proof they're interested in is scientific proof.
For some, their aim in this type of work is ghost hunting. Our aim is to find evidence to support the theory that life exists after death. Whether you're a believer or not, you have to be skeptical before you come to a location. Look for all the natural phenomena. Look at the psychological issues that may be there before you even start to look at a possible paranormal reason for what's going on.
The haunted bedroom seems to be the focal point up here anyway, so if we can set up the thermal imaging camera in there. Also,
keen to make the most of the remaining hours of darkness, Andy briefs the team so they can begin their experiments as quickly as possible.
let's just set everything up, sit back and see what happens. You never know.
Probably up there, pointing down towards the window.
Basically, this is a little system I've devised, and it's called the ITC Orchestra. ITC is instrumental transcommunication, and it's basically the apparent ability of picking up paranormal activity on electronic equipment, and that's done by video and audio.
You need the angle looking down is best. I'm a believer in the possibility that life exists after death, but yeah, there's other team members who would be completely skeptical. And I think that's a healthy balance for a team to have, because it keeps everyone in check and your mind's not running away with it. If you had a team just of complete believers, everything you see, hear, experience would become a ghost.
See, the violin is a natural, that's a natural amplifier. So I'm going to hook up a microphone to the other part of the violin, which amplifies the room atmosphere plus the tones, and we'll be able to see if there's anything coming through, and we'll be able to clean that up and hopefully hear what they're saying.
Right, come on, Tony, bedtime.
True to its name, the ghost room is where most of the mansion's paranormal activity is said to occur. Tonight, Tony draws the short straw.
Right, so you okay to do this, Tony?
Well, I think we'll give it a go.
Yeah, you're going to be in here, it's going to be complete blackness.
Okay.
Right, you won't be able to see a thing. Now, I want you to call out some names, OK, that are relevant to the property, OK? So the first one's John McNaughton, OK? The second one is Marianne, and the third one is Andrew Knox.
Two hours later, Tony has reported nothing from the pitch darkness. Earlier, however, when he called out the name of Andrew Knox, several things happened simultaneously elsewhere, including an unnerving experience for Darren on the stairs below the ghost room.
So there's Tony in the bed. That's halfway down the stairs.
Are there any Knoxes here? Was there Mr. Knox?
While Tony was in the bed, you were asking him to call out for Mr.
Knox.
It was Andrew Knox.
Andrew Knox, and asked out for that at the time, and literally that split second.
I happened to look up, and as I looked up, I seen a figure. Now, it walked with his head down, his arms down, and walked from right to left.
Was it captured?
No, the camera angles didn't quite catch anything,
right,
simply because the door was ajar, and no,
yeah,
we didn't.
It
you really have to take my word for this one.
Oh, I will.
Are there any Knoxes here? Was there Mr. Knox?
And again, you've called out Andrew Knox, and Andrew Knox ties in, he was the father, and he's the depressive presence that you felt.
We go to locations and we are there to try and bring a sense of balance. We're there to try and look for alternative explanations. But, you know, we're honest. If we find something that we can explain, we'll tell you. But if we also see something, we have to be honest and tell you that as well. But we did see something.
Aside from Darren's apparition, there was another curious reaction to the sound of Andrew Knox's name being called. This time, an electronic voice phenomenon, or EVP, captured by Mark's orchestral resonator.
We played a bit of white noise, using the violin to amplify the atmosphere. And you basically hear Darren asking for the knock, and then there's a bit of a voice comes through, and it's instead of a knock, it's actually something hit the microphone. But the thing about the microphone is I had it completely covered, so you'll hear it now.
What about the voice? What do you think the voice is saying?
It almost sounds to me like "you should help me."
Yeah. Help me would be one of the most common electronic voice phenomena that we do get.
Well, this is it. I mean, a lot of ghosts are trapped, so they're going to be asking for help.
Exactly what I picked up in the room. That
depression, yeah, you
feeling,
did,
that
yeah.
awful feeling, almost suicidal, you know,
But
in that room.
could this be then the ghost or the spirit of Andrew Knox? Because it was Andrew Knox's daughter, Marianne, that was murdered by John McNaughton, and her body was laid out in one of the rooms downstairs. He could be still wandering the place in a fit of despair. That's definitely, you should help me. So he's asked for help. Well, what do you want to do, Marion?
For whatever reason, and they're asking for help.
You should help me.
You should help me.
In response to the apparent request for help, which the team believe came from Andrew Knox, Marion will now attempt direct contact. Here in the hall outside the ghost room, she's hoping that any connection with the former master of Prehen House will be channeled through Andy's dowsing rods.
Andrew Knox, are you here? In this room?
Yeah, I can feel it.
You said you wanted help. Do you need our help? Yes. If you can come forward, then maybe Marion can help you. If you can speak, Mr. Knox.
Sir.
Sir, speak into this.
Good evening, Andrew, sir. My name is Marion. You came to visit me. How can I help you, sir? She is happy where she is. He's asking me where she is. Where is she? And I'm presuming that he's asking about Marianne. And then he's telling me, but I see her. So I think that's your grief, sir. I think that's your grief. You don't need to stay here. He's here, right in front of me. I've got a head like as if it's on fire. I don't know if anybody can pick that up, but my head feels as if it's on fire.
What does he want us to do?
How can I help you, sir? How can I help you? I know you can speak to me. You spoke to me. I know you can speak now. All is not what it seems.
What?
Can you use the rods? I'm going to ask him some questions myself.
Okay.
Sir, can you not leave this place, sir?
No.
Could you come with me outside? Could I take you outside with me? Yes. Oh, that's what he wants me to do. I've just gone cold from the top of my head to the tips of my toes.
It's a bridge. Psychic
He
bridge.
wants a bridge.
Psychic
yeah,
bridge.
yeah. How
Psychic.
can I do that?
Well, we did it once before. It's a long time ago.
Move slowly, really slowly. Let his energy catch up with us as we're going.
Go.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel a bit trembly. Hang on, wait for him. It's like a trembly energy. When he's in me, he's making me tremble. My head's burning.
You there?
Yeah, he's there. I feel different. The pain's gone.
Do you feel as though it's gone?
Yeah, I feel okay. I felt a bit shaky on the stairs, but I feel okay now.
From his base in the next room, Mark has been monitoring and recording. Despite the apparent quiet, it seems that Marion's questions did not go unanswered.
Okay, this is it's very interesting.
Really?
When you guys are out in the next room, you were saying something like, "Are you here?" And then you said, "I can feel him." And right after "I can feel him," you get,
Yeah, I can feel him.
"I can't see anything."
Run it again, man.
It's great.
Oh my Christ.
I can't see anything.
The recording's riddled with them.
Stuck inside.
Stuck inside.
Stuck inside.
I'm stuck inside and then inside.
Stuck inside.
That's fantastic. I mean, I've strived for years to try and prove what I get is real. What I feel is real. I believe in the survival of the human spirit and the ability of that spirit to communicate with me. And for the first time in my life, I've heard it.
There's one last one here I want you to have a listen to.
Needs our help, yes or no?
Just contact. I mean, that is intelligent
It's
contact.
amazing.
We've never had that, Mark.
No.
We've never had we're having a conversation.
Needs our help, yes or no?
Anything is possible.
Yeah.
And ultimately, perhaps somebody like myself, and I'm not saying I'm unique by any stretch of the imagination, but somebody like me is going to prove the survival of the human spirit and its ability to communicate. If we have come so close to that today, I don't think I'll sleep tonight, do you?
For the first time in a long time, I'm stuck for words.
The ghostly presence that Andy and Marion appear to have contacted was neither that of the killer, John McNaughton, nor his victim, Mary Ann, but her bereaved father, Andrew Knox. They believe that this spirit, whether it was Knox's ghost or an echo of his grief at the loss of his daughter, has now been set free. The question is, do you?
And there's more from the team at the same time next Tuesday, 10:35. Well, next tonight on BBC One Northern Ireland, Alan Yentob meets the man regarded as the world's first paparazzi photographer in Imagine.
Ever stood in an empty room and felt you weren't alone? Psychic investigator Andy Matthews has.
Whatever is here, if it is hiding away, it's not very keen on coming forward.
And he's not the only one.
Ring the bell, Johnny. I was born on Halloween, just before midnight, and I am the seventh daughter of a seventh daughter.
Something's down there.
An abandoned cottage in the woods of Fermanagh. Some say this place was once home to an evil spirit. Others say it's still here.
Do you know what I want to say? Get behind me, Satan.
Did you not just hear that? If something was thrown outside, there's nothing outside.
The kind of results we're looking for is hard evidence.
What the hell is
There's
that?
something bad.